Hello and welcome to This Board Game Life. I'm your host Mark, and today I'm unboxing Zenith from Playpunk. In the far-off future, the solar system is inhabited by three races: humans, robots, and animods. Civilization runs off Zenithium. It's a clean and renewable energy source, but coexistence is a struggle. Your goal: unite the planets to gain control of the Senate. Players will struggle to gain influence on the five planets: Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, and Jupiter. This influence is represented by discs in different colors. In Zenith, there are three victory conditions. Absolute victory: you will gain 3 influence discs from the same planet. Or there's a democratic victory: gain 4 influence discs from strictly different planets. Or the popular victory: to gain 5 influence discs from any planets. The game ends immediately as soon as one player meets one of these 3 conditions. This game is designed by Gregory Gerard and Mathieu Rosell. Art is by Xavier Genefay-Durin. Published by Playpunk in 2025. This is for ages 10 and up for 2 or 4 players. And I cut it off. I think it was 30 minutes. About 30 minutes to play. All right. So before we get to the table and take a look at this beautiful game, I'm going to ask you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that bell icon so you never miss when we're dropping new content. All right, so let's get to the table and take a look at Zenith. Uh-oh. There it is. I lost my opening apparatus, aka my knife. So here's Zenith. Again, it is a 2 or 4 player, so you're going to play across the table from each other, so you can play it as a 2-player, or you can do like team-based with 2 teams, so keep that in mind. All right, so let's take a look at this. I've played this game. I really liked it, and then I went and got me a copy of it. That's how much I liked this game. It's a good one. It's a good one. All right. All right. So we just talked about the goal of the game. So this your rule book here. We're about 12 pages. There's not a lot to it. This game is my only. I would say it's not a beef. My only issue with the game is there's a tremendous amount of iconography in this game. So it's like your first time playing it, you are going to spend a lot of time looking at the reference card, trying to see what all the different iconography does. But they do have some good cards here that you can look at. And again, there's one for each side of the table. So you're going to be spending a lot of time looking at what do these symbols do, and you're going to be going back and forth, just trying to learn some of the iconography. Get you a little bit closer view on this. So there's quite a bit. But once you learn, I've only played it once, and it was a little overwhelming, but I was starting to get it by the end of the game. And I think once you've played this, like once you play your first game, you're probably going to be much better. It's going to be a lot easier as you're going forward. Okay, so I do like to have my components out so I can see what these things are. So we have the diplomacy board. That's what this thing is right here. And I think this is the leader token. Yeah, leader badge. So there's 2 sides to that. It's going to allow you to have 5 cards in your hand or 6 cards in your hand. So one side will be able to gain this leader badge. It's going to sit up here, and then you got to do these types of things to gain it. Committing certain, I don't even remember what it was. There's a way to get this anyways. It's not a how to play. It's just showing you what's in the box. So, but then there's some different boards that you will. So we got our money. So this is the credits, these numbers. These tokens are going to go out on these spaces. Yeah, the little stars on the back. So this is, you're going to have 3 of these out on the board. and you can alternate them. They're two-sided, so you can have different options, different rewards and things. So, but there's ways to you're going to basically move up this track. You got these little tokens on each side that each side can move up and get these certain bonuses, and so those are different. And that'll change because you put these little discs out there that will also change as well as what's on both sides. So that's that. Let's take a look at the board. So here's the planet board. This is going to sit down in between each of you. And then you are going to have so like this is going to slide. I'll just punch so you can kind of see. You're going to put this down at like this end. Then they're going to just slot in on each side. I might need to zoom out even more. Let me get my keyboard out of the way. Let me zoom out further. Get the book out of the way. Kind of want to show you how the board sits here. So you're going to add these on. Oops. Guess he goes there. All right. And then we're going to have this. What did I call this thing? The diplomacy board. And there's two sides to this as well. I'm trying to remember. So the only difference between these was these numbers down here. One of those is for like a two player or a 4-player game. 2-player, 4-player side. It just says 1 for 2. So I'm assuming this is the 2 players, 0 to 2 players. That's probably for the 4-player. But anyways, that just slots like that. All right. So that's essentially the board. Again, this is for 2 or 4 players. You can flip that around. These can be flipped for different bonuses and things on each side. When you first do your first game, they tell you to play it with these letters like the sun. So your very first game should be like this. And when I first set it up, I'm like, oh, I just was looking at the picture of the sun. No, there's letters up here, SUN. That's what they meant. So I set up for the first game wrong. It doesn't really matter. It just changed our bonuses. But when you're looking at this, don't look at the picture like I did of the sun. You're looking at the letters that spell the word sun up here. So seems awful dark on the table, doesn't it? Huh. I got every light on today. But it seems, maybe it's just my screen, but it seems awful dark over here. Okay, so that's the board. And that's, you'll know this side is correct because it's kind of obvious, all right? All right, so there's some of that. Then here's the discs. And this is not a deluxe upgrade, but I think these are like Bakelite pieces. They're actually really nice. So you got these like planet tokens. These are what you're going to do on the board going back and forth like a tug of war. So you're going to be, these all start out in the middle. And then as each team does things, you're trying to move these basically to get like off the board to gain the abilities, points, things like that. And then these are your Zenithium tokens that you'll use to spend for different things. So we've got, and you're going to collect these on your somewhere. I think you just collect them out in front of you, if I recall. So there's multiples because as soon as someone takes one, they keep it, and you put a new one out there so that someone else can gather another color. So there's multiples of those, and that's why. Because once, like I said, once it comes off to your side, you keep it on your side because you're trying to collect 3 of one color, 4 of, what was it? 4 of, I already forgot. There was you're trying to collect. I just said it a minute ago. So let me just go to the ending of the game. So if you have 3 that are the same color, so if you can get 3 orange, or 3 red, then you can win. If you get 4 that are different, or you get 1 of each. So those are the victory conditions. Then we're going to have these little tokens. There should be another. Oh, there it is. Okay. So you've got these little tokens. These are what you're going to use on this board because they sit down here like this. And then you're just basically moving your token up and then taking the bonuses and stuff as you move up these tracks. So there's a token for each track. Man, it's awful dark on this. I don't know what the deal is. I got my lights on the shining down on the table and everything. That's weird. All right, well, we're almost done. You get a bunch of baggies. And then a bunch of cards. There are some player aids as well. So you do get these little player aids for each side. So it's going to tell you how to set up, how to draw your cards, your victory conditions, and then, player aids for 1 to 2 players, and then for this is a 2-player and this is a 4-player player aid. So, all right. So let's just take a look at some of the cards. My opening apparatus. It's really annoying me about. I'm gonna do something real quick. I'm gonna change. I'm gonna close my curtains. See if that helps. I don't think that made a difference at all. It is still really dark on the table for some reason. And all lights are on. I don't know why this is so dark. But it's normally not like that, but it is really dark here. I'm even changing the light and it doesn't seem to be doing anything on the. I wonder if it's just a camera issue. Am I having a problem with this camera now? All right, well, something else for me to figure out, but that is like super dark and it's annoying. All right, so these are just different cards that you're going to have, and they're going to have different. So when you play these cards, you're going to be playing them out into the color, like here. So, for example, if I was to play this card, right, I'd play it here. It's going to allow me to move the orange disc 1. I'm going to gain 4 credits. I can spend, if I have one of these Zenithium things, then I can move the red one twice. So you're going to be able to like keep building out all these different abilities, and you're trying to do as much as you can. But each of these cards are going to play to the different planets. So that's and it plays quickly, and it is a lot of fun. I played this as a one-on-one. I didn't do it as a team game. I'm not really sure, honestly, how I'd want to do this in a team. I haven't read like how you play as a team, but it's an excellent 2-player game. Absolutely a fantastic 2-player game. So you can just see kind of the different artwork here. Again, these cards are all colored for the planets. Okay, well, that's it. Let's take it back to this main screen. You do ask that you hit the like button if you enjoyed this video, and hit that subscribe button. It's free. And then please do hit that bell icon so you're not going to miss any new content. One other thing I'm going to do, I want to show you. while I've got you here, so we're not done yet, I did print out an insert for this game. So I want to kind of show that off a little bit. So I'm going to take the next few minutes. If you want to see what something insert that I printed. Oh, I got to go back to the table for that. All right. So I've got a whole bunch of these little like prints that I printed out for the various things. I got a really nice, there's a whole bunch of these little trays. So these are things I'm going to, instead of just putting everything in a baggie, these inserts are actually going to fit even with this insert in here. A lot of times you take these out, but this one was designed that you can keep that in there and everything's going to fit in nice and neat. So I've got all these little holders for the cards. So for example, I can put my cards into these two card holders. There we go. Then I've got, let's see, I think this is the one. I think this one holds all the planets. I'd have to pull my, but yeah, this holds my planet tokens. See, just like that. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit. So this is, it's one thing I really love about having a 3D printer is the ability to print inserts. And it just, when you're, it was nice that Play Punk and a lot of these companies will include baggies to put all the stuff in, but it just makes like set up and put away a lot easier when you've got inserts and stuff like this. Let's see, then we've got, I don't know what those trays were for. I've got all this Zenithium. Yeah, so I think these things go in this tray. Oh, I should look up, let me pull my direction or my picture up real quick. Yeah, these go. Oh, so, this one here, you put these guys in here. This was kind of a unique little setup here. Make sure you're still seeing that. Whoops, what did I do? In this screen, there we go. Okay. So those just go in that little block. These do go in here. We can put those. And then it'll all fit nicely in the box. So, plus you can just pull the trays out and set them on the table. So now I've got, let's see, those guys for the 1, the 3s, the 5s. So I can punch like my 5s here, and they're going to go into that tray. So we'll do that. Is that the end of my 5s? Yeah, there's not a whole lot to punch, so I'm going to go ahead and just punch the whole thing out here. And then I'll show you, these are in this one. And I like this insert because it actually has the numbers in the tray, so you know exactly what goes where. So they got all like, this is all the little, got the little star symbols, so those are these little tokens will go in that tray. So again, if you're considering getting into 3D printing or wondering why, someone might do that, printing out, like you might want to print out little plastic components or something, and to replace your cardboard, and then you don't have to buy them from other sources. I mean, you still can, depending on what you want, but maybe you want to try to do it yourself, and this gives you that opportunity. My biggest thing is this right here, doing like inserts. Um, that's kind of my big reason for getting a printer, and it's been real nice. Some games I've had where you have lid lift because it just there's you're sticking everything in a baggie and it doesn't quite go back in the box correctly, and you print out an insert and then boom, everything fits nicely. So, and these inserts you can find, the files they're all free out there. People make them and put them out there for people to download and use to print these things. So this didn't cost me anything other than buying the printer and having the filament to do it. All right, we are almost done. See, I think this just goes under there, and then that fits up. Oh, that goes right up here. That goes down. Oh, I'm doing it off camera. Sorry. So in this tray, it actually says leadership. So you put the leadership token right there, and there might be. Oh, these guys are going to go. Let's see down here. I bet he goes on top. Where's my other one? That one is smaller. He goes there, there. He goes on top. Then this guy. You can see how everything just fits nice and neat. And then I've got this one for the game board. And then I'll show you how it goes all in together. But yeah, the biggest thing for me on one of these was just being able to print inserts to help reduce lid lift, to speed up getting a game to the table. Because like now I don't have to take a little tray with me and then open up my baggies, dump my stuff out into the different trays. I just open the box and put the tray on the table. It's like I'm done, right? And then when you're cleaning up, you just throw them all back into the tray. As simple as that. And then let's see this. I think it just sits right in there, just like that. Now this one's a little different. There's might actually, I think it goes under. Do they want it to go underneath? No, it does go just like that. Oh wait. it's cut out. There we go. So it just fits like that. Okay. All right. So now everything is in this little thing. Now let me show you. I haven't put this together yet. So I got to pull up my other screen and take a look at, since I'm putting it all back in here the first time. They do show you how everything is intended to go in here. So put the cards like this. Put this little tray right there in the middle. These guys go across there. And these guys, and our ones, our threes, our fives. So see, everything's right down in there. And then the next layer will be that board. And then we put this on top. And we can put our rule book. There we go. Boom. Done. All right. Oops, I got to pull my camera back up. Where did you go? There we go. So there you go. I don't know if you can see up in the small camera. Box seal's good. And because the way everything sits, I'm going to be able to store my game this way. And then when you open it back up, everything's going to stay. Now, not every insert's designed that way, but this one, they did a really good job. You can see everything is still in its place. Nothing moved around. So really nice job. It's fun to print these things out. I could probably even put these things down under the bottom somewhere if I wanted, but all right. Well, let me take it back. Hope you enjoyed that extended unboxing with the insert as well. And again, please hit that like and subscribe button, hit that bell icon so you're not missing any new content. We really appreciate your support, and we'll see you at the table.